Hello, I'm Nicole Bindley, Public Relations and Tasting Room Coordinator here at Becker Vineyards. We have approximately 46 acres here and then 26 acres at Ballinger, Texas, and about 14 different varieties of grapes. When we first opened to the public, we had 3 wines available for the people to taste, and then in that fall we had another 8 wines. But today we have about 23 to choose from. It's recommended that when you're putting in a vineyard, unless you know it doesn't work, go ahead and put in what you want. And it's said that after 10 years you'll know what works and what doesn't. But for us, we've won awards in those past 10 years. We've also had the grapes do very well and the public really like them. So we haven't narrowed anything down. Texas Hill Country is considered a semi-arid climate, and it's an area conducive for growing grapes. When you're planting a vineyard, you want something with well-draining soil. And here where we're at, the soil is kind of a precambric granitic soil, or what the locals nickname the Heatley Sands. It's also good for the peaches that grow in this area too. And we also get pretty good airflow through here. There's days it might be still, but you still have enough air that kind of cools the grapes down. The temperature will drop at nights, but of course not as much as like in a desert, because they do need their time to kind of cool off a little bit. But these are just some of the different things that make this area very conducive for the grape growing industry. When we harvest grapes, we're always harvesting late in the evening, maybe 10 o'clock at night, or it might be like 4 o'clock in the morning. And the reason for that is your sugar levels are at the best point at that time. In the middle of the day, they just kind of fall apart, dissipate on you, kind of like we do in the middle of the day under the sun. So we're working around the grape schedule. The theory is when the grapes are ripe, the stems just fall off. When they're not ripe, they just stay put. In Texas, we usually start harvesting, beginning with your white grape varieties, about the second to the last week of July. And then we usually wrap it up about the first or second week of September. And the reason being is in Texas, in this area, we receive so much direct sunlight, so everything ripens up very quickly. We have a short ripening period. Say if you were in Sonoma, California, they might start more into the latter part of August or maybe mid-August. They have fog coming up from the bay there that acts as a buffer between the sun and the grapes. So just different places in the world, you have different things you have to work with in order to make your quality wine.